So stand up on your mat. Feet hip width and parallel. Knees are soft. Inhale, arms come up, let the ribs open up. And then exhale, soften your knees more, round all the way down. Let the head lead the way. When you're down there, just hang heavy. Big inhale, your booty stays forward as you roll up. Don't let it fall back. We'll do that one more time, just opening up the spine. Big inhale, lift. And exhale like a rag doll, just fold forward. Hang heavy. And then let's just sway side to side. You can grab your elbows if your hands are on the floor. Just kind of opening up the back chain of your body. For 4. Try to really let the head drop. We'll usually kind of keep it slightly lifted. Just let it go. 2. And 1, find center. Keep your elbows or hold on to your elbows and little pulses down to the floor. And just getting a bigger stretch through the back of your legs. Opening up your hamstrings for 4, 3, 2, and 1. One more time. Roll it up. I said one more, but we're going to do one more. So this time find your Pilates knee. So heels together, toes apart, arms come up. Round it down. This time we're walking right out into a plank. Hands under your shoulders. Elbows are soft, and we're pushing the floor away. Back of the neck is long, so we don't drop the head. Heels are squeezing together, and let's just shift our weight forward and back. Like big point, big foot. And just scan your body from up. Kind of squeeze the heels tighter together. Legs are super straight. Inner thighs are wrapping together. Glutes are engaged. You got a little tuck of the tail. Arch the back. We're keeping it tucked under. 4, 2, and 1. Just come down, child's pose. Just walk the hands over to the right while the hips to the left. Through center, other side. Then come back to center. We're going to do one more little plank. So hands back under your shoulders. This time, let's have the feet hip width. Soften the elbows, tuck the tail. And now just the right leg, tap it out. We'll stick with the right leg. Your objective is to not let the hips move. So the right hip doesn't drop down as the leg goes out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Left leg. It's not meant to be big. You're going for stability over range. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees down. One more pose. Then come forward onto your body. You're right into our roll-ups. So let's do these first few with the knees softly bent. They're all the way together. I think. Arms forward. Plug the shoulders onto the back so they're not here, right? They're connected. We're tall. We're going to hinge back just a couple inches. We've got a flat back. We've got lots of length. We keep our length as we tuck our tail and round all the way down to the floor. Allow the arms to reach overhead, but keep the ribs knitting together. Press your arms down, now the chin. Big exhale to peel up. Stacking tall at the top. Hinge, tuck, and melt down. Inhale for your head. Exhale like you're peeling yourself up 1 bone at a time. You can always do it with straight legs. If you're having your legs straight, reach your heels forward. You're trying to reach your legs further forward so the feet don't slide with you as you go back. Ideally, your pelvis stays right where you stuck it. We'll do that 2 more times before we add on. Exhale up and over. Inhale, find your tallest sit. Inner thighs are hugging in, so make sure your feet haven't started to flop out. You're nice and parallel. Exhale. We're going to take this one into a roll over. That was our roll up. So we hinge, tuck, roll down, hands find the floor. Find your leg to lift the legs up and over. Maybe they get the height of your hips. Maybe they get a little higher. Then you slowly melt down through your spine, one vertebra at a time. Legs lower, arms come up. Exhale, roll up. Hinge first, then round. Plant, exhale up. Use your arms. There's a lot of arm work here, especially your triceps. Get length between your bones as you roll down. One more like that, we're gonna mix it up. Exhale up. Try not to kind of hinge up like I just did. You wanna peel up. Roll it down. Press, lift it up. Maybe the feet get higher. See how high you can keep them on the way down. Now this time we're gonna lower them down to 45 degrees. Arms come up, we're going right into our teaser. We hold at the top. You can always bend the knees in. And then as we roll down, arms come down, legs come overhead. Roll it down on an inhale. Exhale, find your teaser, either bent legs or straight. Low back is round, but chest is lifted. 3 more. Roll, lift, melt, exhale up. Whew. You can always use the legs to help you get there. 2 more. Your weight is across your shoulders, upper back. There should be no weight on your neck. Exhale up. 1 more. We'll find our teaser, hold it there. The straighter the legs, the less you're gonna feel the grabbing of your hips. We're just gonna open the legs, the width of our hips and close for 5, 4, 3, open the chest, 2, and 1, round forward. Whew. Then we're gonna pop up to standing to warm our legs up a bit. So find yourself in a wide second position, so toes and knees are turned out. And then we're just gonna come down nice and low. These first few slow ones really track your knees, so watch that they're not collapsing inward. They're kind of aiming towards your pinky toe. Get low, all the way up. Let's bring the arms up, exhale down. Push through your heels. And feel like you're trying to push the floor down rather than just standing up. Floor goes down. Stand on the wood. In 4, we're gonna hold it low. 3, be mindful that you're not arching your back here, so your tail is tucked under, it's going straight down rather than arching back. 2, stay low on 1, let's open the arms out to the side, we're gonna laterally bend to the right, big reach, and center. Use your inhale to go over, exhale back up. Big reach, arms are stretching in opposite directions, exhale up. And now let's just flow a little bit from side to side. Maybe get a little bit lower in your plie. We've got 6, 4, 2, and 1. Find center, arms are reaching out to the sides. Roll the shoulders down. And let's just peel the heels up 1 inch. Put them down. Inch up, inch down. Push evenly between all 10 toes so we're not collapsing inward or supinating outward. 5, maybe get down 1 more inch. 4, 3, 2. We're gonna keep the heels lifted on 1, just the booty now down 1 inch, up 1 inch, really slow. Maybe bring the hands into prayer and push them together to help find your back body. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, heels down, full range, all the way up, all the way down. Nice big breaths. Feel your sits bones widen on the way down. So those are those 2 bony landmarks that you sit on. As you sit down, they're widening. So kind of feel that stretch of your bones east to west as you standing narrow. And the more that you can exaggerate that bone rhythm, the more you're gonna feel your butt. For 6, 5, 4, all the way to straight every time. You're pulling your inner thighs up. 2 more. We'll stay low for our last one. Roll the shoulders back. We're just gonna alternate right heel, left heel. Like someone's got a little puppet strings. Your hips stay still. Your torso stays still. Think of an opening across your chest. There's a little bit of a cinch between your ribs and your hips, so you're a little bit of flexion to keep the abs engaged. Now just pick up the pace. For 8, 7, 5, 3, 2, 1. Stand it up. Shake it out. Let me get my timer going. So we're going to start with our left leg as our focus in a little reverse line. So left leg is forward, right leg is back. Square your hips off. Before I start the timer, we'll kind of go movement. It's just a low lunge, and then we pull our knee up. Whew. Can always tap it too, otherwise it's down and up. So start moving. I'm going to find my timer and start my timer. Oh, no. We'll be here for a minute, and you're already pretending like it started. There we go. So as you lower down, make sure your knee isn't going in front of your toes. You want to try and keep it right over the ankle. Maybe the arms do a little something, something. But just like in our plies, make sure you're even across all 5 toes. Oy vey. I'm going to turn to the side. So as you do this, generally we kind of sink down with our right hip. So you want to be square the whole time. Sometimes it's helpful if you take your hands to your hips so you can feel what they're doing. We got 20 more seconds. Why is it so dark? I can't even see it. In 10 more seconds, we'll stay low in that left leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, stay low in the left leg. Now just the right leg, we're tapping it in. Square the hips off, so don't let the right hip drop, but we're not sinking over to the left. We're square. Ribs are gathering in. And just watching that left knee. Don't let it go in front of the toes, otherwise it'll just be in your quad. You want to feel it in your bum. We've got 10. We're going to go back to full range in 7, 6, your weight is in your heel, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back to full range, get low, and tap it up. If your balance is extra off today, like mine, you can always use a chair or a wall, or just really slow it down. And think of every movement starting from your center. The tighter you keep your core, the more balance it will give you. We've got another 6 reps. I won't go over time this. 1, 5, 4. We're going to hold it low and pulse. 3, 2. Find your best lunge. Feet are hip width and just down. Pick your right hip up so you're square. Instead of this left knee going forward and back, kind of stay still. It's your butt going up and down. 15 more seconds. We're going to go into a side lunge, still focusing on the left leg. In 10, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out for a sec. So we'll start with the feet all the way together, hands on the hips. Left leg, we step out to a wide side lunge and back up. So you can just tap the foot or you bring it up. You do you. Same rules apply though. Watch your knee, it's not going forward. Stays right over the ankle. And add an arm reach. Maybe even as you go over, you reach to the right And as you come up, your right arm goes up to the sky. Kind of a little windmill with the arms. And these level changes, it kind of really lifts your heart rate. So the up and down and side to side. So hopefully you're breathing heavy like me. You get a nice big stretch in your right inner thigh as you go over. We got about 20 more seconds. Your booty goes way back, try to touch the wall behind you. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, we're gonna stay low in 3, 2, 1, find your lunge, hold it there, shift your weight to your left, tap it in, tap it out. Maybe add your arm reach, slide the shoulders down the back, check the tracking, ankle, knee, and hip, all lined up. We're gonna go back to full range in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We step it in, lunge it down. Do whatever the heck you want with the arms. They can do nothing, they can do everything. Just 15 more seconds here before we pulse it low. Losing my balance, we've got 6. Booty so far back. Get one more full range and then find your lunge. Hold it there. Pulse your bum back, back. So you're going up and down, but mostly it's backwards. Strong through your right leg. Go for 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. One more thing on this left leg. So, like we're kind of in yoga and we're going into a pigeon. We'll bring our left shin and knee forward. Now, it doesn't have to come parallel. As we move, you'll play around with the angle to see what feels right. But we're lifted up, so we're not really going into a pigeon stretch. Start with the hands on the hips. Belly is pulling in. This is all about your left glute. We're going to bow forward and back up. Your range is where you feel the work in both directions on your glute. So both the lowering down and the rising up. And maybe play with the angle of where your left shin and foot are. If you want it more intense, biceps are by your ears. Whew, I'm not gonna go that route. Belly again, the whole time is pulling in. Oh my God, hopefully you're feeling these because these ones kill me. We've got about 5 more. Square as can be with the upper body. Can always cheat like me and use a little fingertip to help. 2 more. On 1, we're gonna find our spot where you feel your glute the most. It's different for everyone, and just up an inch, down an inch. Sometimes it even helps if you use the fingers to kind of help stabilize you so you can really focus. We're not gonna go to full range. This is where we finish. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Oy vey. Give that glute a little stretch. We'll find ourselves in a mermaid sit. Let me get my notes because I lost where I was. Whew. Holy moly. Okay, so mermaid sit, which means our right shin and knee are parallel to the front of the mat. Left foot is behind us. And hips are as square as can be. Wait, I lied. So I don't screw us up, we gotta do the other direction. So right shin is back. Left leg is front. There we go. So we're gonna be focusing on our left waist. We got left butt, left side of our waist now. Open your arms out to a T. And we'll start with just a gentle mermaid. Side bend to your left. Elbow comes down, push the floor away. So we get a stretch in our right side body. And back up. Just 1 more of those. Reach down, push the floor away as you anchor your right hip. And back up. Now left hand on the mat, slightly out in front of you. Right foot is planted. And we've got this kind of triangle space. Start with your right hand on your hip. And we're gonna push into our legs and lift up. We're in a side plank. Adjust so that your shoulder is right over your wrist. Hips and shoulders square so we're not rotating back. And then we let gently sit down. Press up and down. You can reach your arm over, maybe it goes over to help you lift higher. You're focusing on the left waist to pick you up. Up and over and back. 4 more before we add on. Your legs work just as much as your waistline, so find power in your legs as you push the floor away. 2 more. Our next one, we're going to stay up there. Lift it up. And we're going to thread the needle. We look under our left. Your toes will kind of pivot as you lift your hips towards the sky. And back to center. We've got just 5 total. Rotate up and back. It's not a huge movement with the hips, but you should feel a lot happening in your left waistline. 2 more. Reach and up. Last one. Twist and up. Sit it down. Cross at the ankles and counter stretch, opening up now the left side body. Almost done with the left. One more thing. Super basic, left forearm side plank. So come on down to your left elbow. It's right under your shoulder. Feet stacked, or you can separate them. Press it up. First part, we just hold. Make sure that your shoulder is over the elbow so that you're not stressing out the shoulder. And really use the lift of your left waist. And now just little pulses. Really active through your legs, just 10. Maybe the arm comes up. 5, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. One more counter stretch to the right. I would add on, but I don't have track and I'll forget. So before we go over to the right side, get a little upper body. So grab your towel. You can always use a t-shirt. We'll rise up onto our knees. Knees are hip width. You can do this standing as well if it doesn't feel good on your knees. And when you hold your towel, you want your arms about shoulder width where there's some tension. But it's not your hands stretching the towel, it's your back. So your hands are almost light. Like this is gonna sound kind of morbid, but imagine if this is like a little baby, right? So we don't wanna pull apart the baby. Our hands are barely doing anything, it's our back broadening. You should feel lots of work in your back. And then we're just gonna lift this little towel baby up and down. And while you're here, check in from knees up. So even weight in both knees, so we're not leaning into one or the other. Your tail is tucked under, so your low back is long. Abs, of course, are pulling in and up, like they're trying to come underneath your rib cage. Your chest stays open, and as the arms go up, the shoulders don't. Think of gliding your shoulder blades down. We're just gonna pick up the pace a little bit. Maybe use your back to broaden into the towel more. For 8. As you lift up, try not to let the ribs open up. They stay connected. And then back to slow. Maybe pull apart your baby just a little bit if you're not feeling your arms yet. We've got 5, 4, 3. Notice your wrists too. I'm seeing mine are like twisted. Make sure they're super square, like knuckles are pointing straight ahead towards me. 2. On 1, we're gonna get a little shoulder mobilization. So we bend our elbows wide to bring the towel behind the head, up and down. As it goes behind, the tendency is to sort of arch the back. We don't want that. So we stay connected to that back and front chain as we just move through the shoulders and arms. A few more at this pace and then we'll pick it up. 3, 2, and 1. Just a little bit quicker now, as long as your form stays in check. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach it forward. Maybe stretch your baby apart a little bit more. And then we're just going to rotate the arms to the right. Shoulders don't move really, hips don't move. We'll stick to the right. You should feel this a lot in your left shoulder. But it's full body, right? So keep moving. Feel like your inner thighs are trying to come together on the mat and they're pulling up into your pelvic floor, into your low belly, lifting all the way up. So even though the arms are what's moving, everything else is still involved. 3 more. 2, 1, center, other side. I can see in my own camera that I kind of lean to the left as I go out, so try to really hone in and keep your body still as you rotate. 4, 3, 2, and 1, find center, shake the arms out. 2 more things with our towel. We're doing good on time. So reach it behind your back, and mine is pretty small, so I don't have that much to hold on to. It's sort of right around your bra line or under the shoulder blades. You're gonna find some extension here. So tuck the tail, you're super upright. Now just imagine that everything below the towel is like a statue, so it can't move. Pull the towel into your back so you get that feedback. Start to lift your chest up, like you're trying to fold your upper back over the towel, but keep drawing your ribs in. As you fold back, you're also lifting your heart up and back to center. So it's a pretty small move, but you should feel a lot. And if it doesn't feel right on the knees, come to seated to do it. So we lift up and over. Think of your shoulder blades dropping down, your shoulders opening, and back. Now if you have kind of a hypermobile neck like me, usually if it goes way far back, you feel like you're doing a lot, but that's just the head. We want to get the spine. So try to keep the head on the spine. Draw the ribs in. Oh. And when you really kind of hone in on it, it should feel like a lot of work right in your mid-thoracic spine. Your shoulder blades are coming together and down. Let's do that just one more time. Go up to go over. Draw the ribs closer together. And back. And then back to your knees. One more thing here. So grab onto your towel, your baby. Get our thigh stretch. So knees kind of about the distance of an apple. Same with the feet. Arms reach forward and we're one long line. We hinge back from kneecap to the crown of the head. We hinge up. Inhale to go back. Usually this kind of happens when we arch. So you're just going as far back as you're like one solid piece up. Your kneecaps extend down and forward so you get more of a stretch. Squeeze your bum to come up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, contract to come up. As you're coming up, think of kind of lifting your waist up and off your hips for 4. 3, get the back of the feet really heavy. 2, and 1, bring it to center, shake it out. Then we just have to do all that over again. So you can ditch your towel. Timer. So before we go right into our lunge, we'll get the legs warm again. This time instead of a plie, we'll go to a squat. So feet are maybe slightly wider than your hips, parallel. Inhale, sit it down. Exhale up. Use this as an opportunity to really get a check-in. I'm always leaning more weight into my right foot. So notice where your weight distribution is and try and even it out. Also notice if one foot is kind of pushing more than the other. Usually your right leg, your stronger leg tries to do more. So it just keeps getting stronger and the left leg stays a little bit weaker. So try to even it out. Back to that idea of your bone rhythm. So sits bones widen, sits bones narrow. Reach your sitting bones apart, bring them together. We've got 6, 5, 4, 3, no holds, no pulses, 2, and 1, standing up. So now our right leg is our focus. Let me get my timer. Square it off. first. All right, so we get low and tap it in, or knee lift. You can do a tap, you can pull the knee in. Either way, just watch again the tracking of the right knee. Bring your hands into prayer if you're struggling with balance, like me. And usually if balance is kind of becoming an issue, it's because your stance is too narrow. So make sure your stance stays hip width. Inhale, exhale. We're halfway through this minute. Speed is not important. Form always over speed and over reps. About 12 more seconds. And we'll have that little toe tap in. 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, get low. Tap it in, square the hips off. Pull your shin bone back so the knee isn't going forward. Gather the ribs in, your guts are pulling up. We've got about 10 more seconds before we go back to full range. 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Get low first, pull it up. Move your left knee, maybe it even grazes the floor. The lower you get, the more you're gonna feel your right glute. We've got about 15 more seconds before we pulse it low. 10, 7, go for 4, 3, 2, find your best lunge, square the hips off, pulse it down like your left kneecap wants to touch the floor. And breathe. Keep picking your left hip up. 10 more seconds. We'll be taking it to that side lunge. 5, 3, 2, 1. Stand it up. Take it out. So hip feet are a few inches apart. Right leg, we sit it back. Pull the knee in or tap the floor. If you did, your left arm reaches past your toes and then up to the ceiling. And as your left arm is reaching to the toes, your right arm is stretching far back. Reach and up. Got about 20 more seconds. Getting that nice stretch in the left inner thigh. 10. 7 more seconds. 4, we'll hold it to the right in 3, 2, hold it to the right, square yourself up, tap the left leg in. The further back and down your butt is, the more you'll feel the glute. Roll the shoulders back, maybe hands press into prayer. And then I can see that I'm leaning way over, so try to really square off as if you would if your left foot was there. We got 10 more seconds before we go back to full range. Get a little lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full range. Steady it low. Bring it up. I forgot what I was doing. Wait a minute. There we go. And up. My brain just stopped working. Oh, shoot. Reach it up. Oh, let's get 5. I have no idea what's happening with this leg right now. 4, 3, 2. Oh, that's right, because it was supposed to be this. We gotta do it again. If you were doing it wrong like me, go back into it. Sorry. I knew it was feeling funky. Let's get 5 more here. If you were doing it right, you just get a little bonus. 4, 3, we hold it low. 2, hold it out there. And now we just pulse our bum back, back, back. Feel like your sternum is reaching forward and your tail is reaching back. If you were to make more space between each vertebra of your spine, that's what you're going for. 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Turn you off. So we've got that pigeon situation. So right shin is forward. You decide the angle. It can be out at 90. It can be kind of in at another 90. Go to where you feel the best. Start upright. Glutes are turned on, belly pulling in, and we're just hinging and up. This side always takes me a little bit longer to find the work. And don't be afraid to use your fingertips if that helps you get your seat more. So my right shin is cramping like crazy. So play with the angle of where you feel your right glute. That's better for me. So for me on this side, the further out the left foot is, that's where I feel my right glute. And the range doesn't have to be big. It's where you don't lose traction. If you did, you can add the arms. And there's no holds, no pulses on this one. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come out of that wonderful thing. Whew. So this time, let me get it right this time. Left shin and knee is back. Right leg in our little half lotus. We'll start with 2 mermaids. So square the hips off. Arms over. Side bend to your right. Forearm down. Left arm comes up. Exhale up. 1 more reach. Press the floor away to anchor your left hip down more, like someone's kind of anchoring it from your hip. And up. We'll plant the hand. Your left foot is planted. Usually the first one takes a little reorganizing once you get up there. Big inhale, exhale, press up, find your plank. Hand under the shoulder and sit it down lightly. Exhale, squeeze your inner thighs together and back down. Three. Think of your right waistline doing the extra lifting. 2. Gonna stay up on 1. And now we twist and look and back. That was 5. 4, then go bringing your right hip up towards the ceiling. 3. Feet can pivot or stay stable. See what feels best for you. 2. And 1. Lower it down. And a little counter stretch. We're actually going to finish on time today. So we've got our right forearm plank. Right elbow right under your shoulder. Feet either stacked or separated. We're there in 3, 2, 1. Press it up. Roll your right shoulder down and back. Use your right waist to lift and then little pulses up. Notice if your hips are falling backwards. Ideally, they're square. Head is right in line with the spine. 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Counter stretch. Oh. And let's get some spine stretch forward. Because we got lots of time now. So sit up tall. I'll turn to an angle. We'll start with the feet open, slightly wider than your hips. And your heels ground down, the back of your knees are reaching down. Arms forward. Lift up tall through your center. And then before we move, think of your middle back and your lower back pushing into a wall behind you. And you don't want to lose that connection. Your abs are also being pulled back. So you're going to lift up, peel just your head off the wall, your shoulders off the wall, some of your upper back, but your mid back is pulling back. You're in this big two-way stretch. It's as if someone's behind you and they're hugging you, so they're pulling you back, but you want to get away from them. Step back up to tall. If it's hard to sit upright, just soften the knees. Inhale to lengthen forward. Exhale to grow tall. And your hands are the same height as your shoulders, like you're just sliding something across the table. And you don't want to get poked to the table, so you're pulling back with your ribs, with your abs. 2 more. Reach. And up. 1 more. And back up. We'll do a little twist. So I'll turn to center, move your cheeks out of the way. Glue your legs together like they're just saran wrapped in. Heels are heavy. Arms open, and we'll bring our fingertips to our shoulders. I need to soften my knees because my back is not heavy today. So from here, just our ribs, we're gonna rotate to the right, center, left, and center. Oh, I just forgot an oblique one I wanted to do, so maybe we'll try and add it in real quick. So when you're not having the arms extended out, it makes it a lot more focused on your ribs. I also sometimes like to take my hands right underneath my bra line and feel the rotation of the ribs. And that way it's not just your face doing all this movement, you want it to be your rib basket. And when you bring your hands through, you also get a really good sense of feedback of how much you can twist to one side. And maybe the other side is not as much. My left side is super limited in my rotation. Let's get 1 more per side, getting taller every time you're back in center. And then bring it in. Cool. Let's make it happen. So we're gonna come up onto our knees. 1 more little oblique thing, and then a finisher. So we'll start, we did the right leg out to the side, so toes in line with your knees. We'll start with the hands on the hips, but eventually they can come behind the head, they can reach up. So hips are square, and we're gonna side bend over to the left. Use your right waistline to bring you back up. Inhale, reach, exhale up. Let the head stay on the spine so it doesn't drop over. You're just one piece hinging over and up. Maybe try it with one arm. You can always use your right hand around your waist. I like switch hands. Yeah. So you want to feel that contraction in your right waistline. Rise up. Right foot really grounded down. This is 5. 4. 3. 2, next one we're going to stay over, so find a spot where you feel it. Usually got to go over a little bit further, and then up an inch, down an inch. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in, right to the other side. Left leg extends out. Pull your pants up. Hands to the hips or across the chest. Go over to the right as far as you can. Exhale back up. Maybe 1 arm overhead, maybe 2 arms. And usually side body stuff like this is, again, really, what's the word I'm looking for? It's really obvious in which side is stronger. So kind of check in and notice if one side feels like, it's not that much work. See if maybe then you go over a little bit further. It's just always beneficial to know these little imbalances that we may or may not have. 5, 4, as you go over, ground the foot down to the floor more. 3, 2, we're gonna go over, find your spot, and then up an inch, down an inch from your left waist. Make sure the shoulders aren't looking to the floor, straight ahead for 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it on in. Pop up to standing. So close to the end, we got like 3.5 minutes. So we'll find our feet, again, slightly wider than hip width. Toes and knees are parallel. We're gonna kind of build on this little ladder. So we'll do our first one slow. We sit it down into our squat, stand up, one calf raise, we lower. We sit it down, stand, two calf raises. The calf raises are slow. You're pushing evenly between all 10 toes. 3, 2, 1, sit it down. We're going all the way up to 10. Oops, I cheated on that one. 4, 3, 2, 1, squat it down, stand, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, squat, push evenly for 6, 5, 4, can always keep the hands behind the head, 3, 2, 1, sit it down, 7, make sure even again between left and right, 5, 4, 3, crown of your head's going up, 2, 1, sit it down, this is 8, 7, can you get a little more space between ribs and hips, 4, 3, 2, 1, sit it down, 9, 7, 6, watch your feet that they're not turning in or out, 4, 3, oh man, 2, 1, sit it low, 10, 9, 8, I haven't told you the best part yet, 7, 6, 5, we gotta go back down, 4, 3, 2, 1, sit it down, maybe take a second here. When we stand up, we got 9, stand it up for 9, 8, 7, maybe they're getting a little bit smaller, that's fine. And take your break and then get in when you need. 2, 1, sit it down for 8, 7, 6. Eventually you just lose all feeling and you just keep going forever. 4, 3, 2, 1, sit it down, stand it up for 7, 5, 4, 3, try and pull it all the way up to your bum, 2, 1, sit, 6, squeeze your tush every time you peel the heels up, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, almost there, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, just a single, shake it out. Let's stretch your abs. Let's step left foot back, the left heel is planted, and you can just lean into your right leg. Oh man. And then other side, square it out. Perfect. We've got one roll down and you're out of here. So stand, feet hip width and parallel, knees soft. Inhale, arms come up, big breath in. Just the arms come down. Once they've stopped moving, nod the chin, ragdoll all the way down to the floor. Shake your head no, nod it yes. Bring it to still and just 2 big breaths with no movement, just checking in with yourself, feeling what you feel. Noticing the body a little bit heated, maybe a little more blood, more oxygen. Big inhale. Exhale, slowly roll up for 8. 7, press your pelvis forward. 6, 5, pull your waist back. 4, 3, ribs lift off the hips. 2, shoulders over the hips, ears over the shoulders, roll the shoulders back. 3, 2, 1. Whew. And done. Thank you, guys. Oh, man.